Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Having Notions podcast, the podcast where we still haven't decided on an intro, so we just raw dog it every time. My name is Kiki Nova, and with me is my boyfriend and co-host, Mister Kino.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I was literally about to do it. We're on the same wavelength. So, how are we feeling today? How are we feeling in the spooky season?
I'm alright. I'm excited about spooky season. I'm very stoked for Halloween. As of the time of recording, it's in... Sorry about this calendar. 14 days. Exactly 2 weeks.
Woo! So yeah, speaking of Halloween, a little bit of a fun topic as always, because our topics are always fun on this podcast. We are going to be talking Halloween costumes, our favourite costumes, the classic costumes we do not want to see ever, and what costumes we think are going to be the basic bitch costume this year. You excited?
I am big into costumes. I'm big into like dressing up and stuff. Ever since I was a kid, like the most exciting part about Halloween was getting to dress up as a favorite character of mine, and I had some real good ones. And also because my mother is an excellent seamstress, she has labored over many a costume with me over the years, and I've had some bangers over the years, but we'll get into that when we get into it. So
Hell yeah.
I am super excited. Like, again, it's one of my favorite parts about Halloween. That and horror movies, I think, are my two favorite parts. I have two costumes lined up for this year. Again, I'll get to that when we get to it. But I always get excited about this aspect of Halloween. It's so much fun.
Hell yeah, Halloween is great. And people forget it's an Irish holiday. It originated in Ireland. And fuck you, Americans. Stop stealing everything else that belongs to everyone else. Stop it. It's not yours. It's ours.
But they've just alienated the entire American audience.
they have the right to know.
They do.
Look, I'm educating them. It's an Irish holiday. It's not created by the candy companies to create revenue at a certain time of the year. No, it's an Irish holiday.
Yeah, I mean, you probably know more about this than I do because you did a course on it in college. But
I'm currently doing my degree.
You're currently finishing your degree. I have a degree already.
Fuck off. It's just because I changed my subject, so now I'm a year behind. Fuck you. I was meant to be graduating too.
As annoying as it is, it feels very poetic for me that my actual graduation day is on Halloween this year.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to be wearing my costume underneath my graduation gown. I'm very tempted to actually do that.
You're going to dinner like that.
Yes. Well, I'll have a suit on and everything, so we'll see.
We'll see.
But, yeah, from what I understand of Halloween, it was a Celtic tradition. November 1st is considered All Souls Day, when the souls of our dearly departed are able to walk the earth and communicate and all that kind of shit. And the previous day, October 31st, is considered All Hallows Eve or Souls Eve or whatever it is.
The night before the big day. Like, technically November 1st is the big day, but it's the night before is when people celebrate.
Yeah, and you celebrate with like party games and dressing up, and I think the idea of lighting a jack-o'-lantern
to ward off spirits and stuff, and it's about spending time with your family and neighbours as well. People forget about that. Like, people will make a big meal. It was kind of like Christmas Day in a way, but it'd be like specific foods again.
That's spookier.
Yeah, exactly. It was about being together, spending time with your friends, your family, your neighbours. It's a good time. It's a good time. Bring it back.
I think it still is. A lot of people trick or treat with their parents or their siblings or their friends.
Yeah.
And I guess there is a sense of community around, you and your friends all dressing up and hanging out together and partying and playing games and all that kind of thing. And some people, will just sit in with their families and just watch some spooky movies and hang out or hand out even candy to children.
And that's okay too. Do whatever you want. Okay.
So there is a great sense of community about it, I think, and I think that's it, yeah.
Well, that's enough education today. So, before we get into the main event, since you got me curious, what was your favorite Halloween costume from your childhood? Is there a specific year in particular
that's gonna be tough.
that you really liked or you were just super proud of?
I don't know if I could pick one that I'm most proud of or the one that I liked the most. I have a few highlights. one that springs to mind is I had like the shittiest werewolf costume that I made. It was a like you know those masks that you get where it's like white and you have to paint it?
Oh, like the plasticky ones. Yeah,
I think it was
yeah.
it was like that, but it was a wolf mask.
Okay.
And I painted it in all brown and grey and stuff because I had like a werewolf phase where I was just obsessed with werewolves.
I feel like it's vampires, werewolves, or pirates in a weird way.
Yeah.
Or astronauts. Maybe that's one too. I don't know.
Astronauts, superheroes, that kind of thing as well.
Werewolves are cool. I don't hear a lot of people having a werewolf phase. Good for you. Good for you for being different.
I thought it would be so cool to be a werewolf when I was a kid, like turning into a wolf and just wreaking havoc and howling and being able to eat people and all that kind of thing.
You belong in the Twilight universe, just saying.
Not because of Twilight. That's not why I liked werewolves.
He didn't watch Twilight until he met me.
Yeah, well into my adulthood, but yeah. Anyway, my shitty werewolf costume. It was that mask, and I shit you not, a bin bag.
A fucking bin bag. You're the trash man.
And do you remember crepe paper?
Oh Jesus, you're giving me PTSD to primary school.
I don't know what you call it, like the world over, but we called it crepe paper. It was basically like this shitty, like coloured paper.
It's like craft tissue paper.
Yeah,
kind of like it's
that.
for art in particular. Like sometimes if you're like giving someone a gift like in a bag and it's not in a box, you put like crepe paper on the top to make it colourful. Like maybe that's the best explanation I have for this. But I don't know. But yeah.
So it was that cut into strips, brown crepe paper cut into strips.
Okay.
And like glued, I think. Like, I shit you not, it might have been Pritt stick. Just on all over the bin bag that, I cut in like armholes and leg holes and a head hole. And just, that was it. Like,
That's
it was
impressive.
the bin bag, the crepe paper, and that shitty mask. And the mask is the only thing that survived. All the crepe paper fell off. I apologize to the caretaker of my primary school because he found a lot of crepe paper on the field that day. Yeah, all of it fell off. The bin bag was ruined. It looked like nothing. By the end, I finished with a pretty decent werewolf mask, and that was it.
Hell yeah.
That's not the one I'm most happy with or proud of, but that's just the one that I find the funniest to look back on.
It's like nostalgic.
Yeah, because a lot of my really early ones were just like store-bought, like, a store-bought Spider-Man costume.
I get you.
Store-bought, like I had a store-bought Ben 10 one
yeah.
as well. That was pretty awesome.
Why'd they stop making those? What the fuck?
But I think another one that sticks out in my head, I think this is like the last time I would ever like show up to school in a costume.
Yeah.
It was, I wanted, for some reason, again, like I was in a Spider-Man phase, and I was really fascinated by the Hobgoblin, which is like, it's basically the Green Goblin's orange cousin. Do you know what the Hobgoblin is?
I've heard you talk about it, but I was after forgetting until you brought it up just now.
I'll get up a picture while I
God.
talk, because this is insane. He's pretty famous, like, within Spider-Man fandom.
Okay. But to the normies like me, it's like, what the fuck are you?
So yeah, like I had that, and that one I was pretty happy with. My mom made it. I had like a mask, like a paper mask that I painted to look like the Hobgoblin's face. My mom like kind of made like all the orangey bits and like the cape and stuff. It was actually, I was really happy with it. Yeah, that's what the Hobgoblin is.
Holy shit.
It's orange green goblin. That's literally what it is.
Yeah, it's basically Green Goblin's orange cousin, like you said.
Yeah.
You weren't lying.
And I think that's like the lore thing as well, is that he basically just steals all the Green Goblin's gear and turns it orange. It's really...
Wow.
Yeah, but that's one of the ones that sticks out in my head of like, that was a really cool costume.
That's fair. That is understandable.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like what anyone stick out to me. Like I remember a few of my costumes when I was younger, but they were all like store-bought costumes. Like my entire childhood was store-bought costumes, which was fine, But what really annoyed me is, and I kind of I don't resent my mother, but I'm kind of still annoyed at her for this. Basically, there would be like Halloween would come and I'd be like, oh, I want to be a princess, I want to be like Cinderella or whatever. When I was like fucking 6 or 7, she goes, you have to be something scary. You can't be a princess. That's not scary. I'm like, but I want to be a princess. Like, no, you have to be something scary. That annoys me.
That's so weird. Like, you just dress up as whatever you want.
See,
like,
the thing
I
is,
was a superhero most of the time.
See, the thing is, if, like, you know, I could be a princess or whatever, she would not have had to buy me a costume every year because I had a plethora of princess dresses. There we go. Like, I had a plethora of them. So she'd never have to buy me another costume again. But no, I had to be something scary, and that kind of annoys me still to this day. And, you know, through my teenage years and stuff, I've gone as princesses and shit for Halloween because, you know, fuck you. It doesn't have to be scary. Dress up as whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, like,
As long as it's not, you know, cultural appropriation or, you know, offensive.
Yeah, it's like dress up as whatever you want within reason. Yeah, like, it's weird because after that then I didn't dress up for ages, but I guess I didn't miss it so much because that's like by the time I stopped dressing up for Halloween, I started going to Comic-Cons where I would cosplay basically every year.
That's good.
So that kind of became like the replacement thing of like I still got to make a costume every year. You know, it was just for the summer instead of for Halloween, which was a lot of fun. And I guess that's for another day because those costumes are specifically for Comic-Con.
Yeah.
But I think more recently then, I mean, a lot of the time when like I'd do like a Halloween party or go out for Halloween, I would do simpler ones. Like one year, you know, we hosted a Halloween party.
We host a Halloween party every year, buddy. Like in the last 4 years, we've.
Yeah, because you know.
I love Halloween parties.
I just like hosting stuff anyway.
See, for Halloween, like I stopped trick or treating when I was like 12 or 13, which is kind of normal here.
Yeah.
And then like from like 13, 14 onwards, people start having Halloween parties instead, which is fine. I love Halloween parties. I love going to people's houses, dressing up, just listening to music, having a fun time. It's always the best crack. I loved the Halloween house parties. But you know, parents would never let me throw my own, so I relied on everyone else. But ever since we moved in together and started dating, we've just been hosting all the time, and I fucking love it. I love hosting parties. We're having a Halloween party as well in the coming weeks. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we'll get into what we're doing for that later on in a few minutes. But just going over like the costumes that I did for those, then I went a lot simpler, obviously, and none of that store bought shit. Like, you know, I wanted to.
Okay, rude.
Like, I'm not knocking store bought costumes. Like I totally appreciate that, but I have a little rule that I came up with, kind of recently. And I'll get to that in a second, but some of the costumes that I did for those parties, like one time I did Matt Murdock, which is basically just I wore a suit with like a necktie and just I got like red tinted sunglasses.
That was a good costume.
Online.
That was a really good one.
And I found like a hill walking stick that my dad used to own, and that was the costume, and that was pretty awesome.
It was simple.
It was, yeah, and like it was very recognizable, so I was happy with that.
I was a witch that year, just like, you know, basic store-bought witch costume. And you know what? No, it wasn't even a witch costume. It was like a vampire costume, but I just used.
But slap a witch's hat on it, and it was a witch costume.
Yeah, exactly. Then. If I found the high collar thing, it'd be a vampire. I actually found the dress when I was at my parents' house. The other day looking for the thing that I need for my costume this year. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. Oh yeah, I think it was last year actually. I did this. I did Carmi from Bear.
That was a good one. I drew the tattoos on your arms.
Very easy. Yeah, you drew the tattoos with a fucking Sharpie, and
I dare say it looked incredible.
I literally just did a white t-shirt and a blue apron, which is that's just what Carmi is. And I kind of look like Carmi.
The hair.
Like I've got Carmi's kind of hair, like color and a little bit his hairstyle as well. So. And
your nickname is the bear anyways, because you just fucking look like a bear.
Yeah, I inexplicably look like a bear. This is known. Do you know what? If this podcast takes off, I want to see fan art of me as a bear.
Absolutely.
I want that to happen.
Absolutely. I'd love to, for us to get to a point where we get like fan art and like people make edits and stuff. Like that's when I know I'd made it. One day.
Eventually. Anyway, back on topic. That same year then when we went out, because typically we'll do kind of 2 Halloweens.
Yeah.
We'll do a party the week of, but not on the day, because on the day everybody just wants to go out.
Yeah.
So what we do is we do our party a few days beforehand, like we're doing it on the 24th of this year.
Yeah.
and because then for Halloween, like everybody goes out, including us. We'll typically go out on Halloween,
even if it's only for like 2 hours. We'll still make
yeah,
an
typically
appearance.
not for long because we kind of like to get in then and cozy up and watch a couple of spooky movies.
Not to mention, especially like when you're in your 20s and you're going out on Halloween in Ireland, if you're not in somewhere by 7 o'clock, you are not getting in. I'm telling you right now, everyone goes out and places fill up really quickly. So this will be fight to the death, really.
But when I went out last year, I just did Ghostface because I had like a black store bought like costume. It wasn't even a Ghostface costume. It was just basically a black cloak. I think it was like a death costume or something. And then I bought like I went the extra mile. I bought a really good Ghostface mask, which I still have
somewhere.
And I will keep forever because it's a really nice one.
It is a good one, to be fair.
Felt like it only cost like 20 quid, but it is a really nice mask.
Yeah.
And like aside from being a little bit smelly, like it's in really good condition. So yeah, that's literally what I did. I just did Ghostface for the going out costume because it was something of like, the I can wear my clothes underneath the cloak.
Yeah.
And I can just stuff away the cloak and the mask
into a bag
into a bag when I'm finished. So that's typically, for going out, you want a costume that you can easily put away.
Yeah. Or like one that's like similar to like regular clothes.
Yeah.
Okay, I already said I did the witch for our first like Halloween party. Last year for our Halloween party, I went as a social butterfly because I have this top that's like shaped like a butterfly and it's really cute. It's sequiny. It's like tied at the back. It's really cute, but by God, is it uncomfortable. And I bought fairy wings. So I just strapped them on, and you know what? I looked fucking fantastic. And as for going out, like I am proud of this one. I went as Freddy Krueger.
Oh yeah.
Because I have like an oversized sweater, like it goes down to my knees. It's really long and it's black and red. I know Freddy Krueger is is red and green. I know, but it was the best I can do. I bought the hat and everything.
I've looked into getting Freddy Krueger sweaters, like nice ones, not ones that are just like the shitty material. And those can go for a pretty penny, like the red and green. So I do not blame you at all for just going with like just a
black and red
striped.
It was close enough
because red and green is so hard to find.
Yeah, but yeah, I did that, and I just wore boots and like leggings underneath it, and like I had the hat, and it was really good. It was nice and warm. It wasn't freezing. It was great. This year, are we ready to say what we're doing this year?
Yeah, sure.
Do you want to go first or will I?
You go first. I was talking for a while.
Okay. For our Halloween party here, I did a little digging and I found a dress. It's a nice pink poofy dress. 3 guesses who I'm going as, given the movie's coming out next month. I am going as Glinda the Good Witch from The Wizard of Oz and Wicked. I'm super excited about this. The dress is so pretty. It's covered in sequins. It has like the nice... It's actually close enough to like Ariana Grande's costume, but shorter. And
yeah, a bit more mobile.
Yeah, a bit more mobile than that, yeah. So, and I have a giant crown with moons and stars on it that I wore for my 21st birthday because I'm an extra bitch. All I'm missing is a wand, which is probably knocking around in the old house somewhere because it came with my fairy wings last year and I have no idea where it's gone. But yeah, that's what I'm doing for the Halloween party here. Simple, easy, comfortable, and you know what? I'm happy with the dress. It's very pretty. And what I'm doing for going out, it's actually close enough to like, my own clothes, so I won't be like, fucking miserable. I might be a bit cold, but I'll be fine. I am going as Dangerous Woman Ariana Grande with the fucking bunny ears, the mask, the black leather outfit. It's not 1-to-1. I'll be wearing like leather pants and like, a strapless and sleeveless like leather top and bunny ears. There is a mask in like the Halloween shop that's close to us, that like the actual mask. It's like plastic and shit though. I'm considering getting that depending on how much funds I have come Halloween, But if not, I just have like lace bunny ears and that'll do, and I'll just shove my hair up in a ponytail and let that be that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this year.
Yeah, I feel like we're putting way more thought into these than most people do.
Oh, yeah,
I
no.
think a lot of people are just like, how can I dress normally and still make it look like a costume? But I think you and me, like, we really appreciate Halloween. We really like it. And look, like I said, we don't knock anybody for putting in low effort.
That's fine. Like I
And
literally,
like I get it if people don't want to dress up at all as well.
yeah, like I literally, I like time of recording, I have a video going up in 4 hours of like a really simple makeup look to do for Halloween for a guy or a girl, and it literally takes less than 10 minutes. So you know what? Give that a watch if you're stuck for something, and literally you can do it with face paint. It's that simple.
Yeah, like and I'll get into my costumes in a second. One is very high effort and one is very low effort, and that's kind of by design because I didn't want, like, especially since I'm doing two costumes, I wanted one to be very easy and very relaxed, while I wanted the other one to look really nice and look really nice in pictures and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I don't knock anybody for not wanting to put like a lot of effort in. I think we just do because for us it's Halloween all year round.
Yeah.
Like we don't need an excuse to dress up. Like I'll walk around the house in a fucking costume, and I have done. Like
it's like
just
those memes.
Just because it feels nice, and I think for a lot of people who are into comic books and like going to Comic Cons and like cosplaying, I think like anybody who cosplays can relate to this, but there's a feeling that you get when you dress up as like your favorite character and you see yourself in the mirror, and it just creates this feeling of like safety kind of, or
I get
this
you.
feeling of like power almost.
Yeah.
It's like you're adopting the personality of this character, like when I did my Green Arrow cosplay, which you can see on my Instagram, which I haven't uploaded to in ages, but it's there.
I need to remember to post on like my Instagram, like the one that I made for my channel. Like it's dire. I need to get better at this.
I'll post like pictures of my costumes for Halloween and make sure that there's no identifiable information. But yeah, like you can see that costume, and just when you put it on, like you do feel a sense of like power. I think you know, dressing up as your favorite hero and even dressing up as like just being somebody else. I think it's a very nice feeling. I think all cosplayers can relate to that. But anyway, I'm rambling. My costumes for this year, for the Halloween party, because you're doing Glinda the Good Witch. So since you're doing Glinda the Good Witch from The Wizard of Oz, I'm going to do a gender bend of the Wicked Witch. Because I always, like, when we saw Wicked live, I got the mad energy that like Elphaba and Glinda were supposed to be like together. Maybe that's the case in the book. I don't know. I've not read it.
I want to read the book actually.
But I got mad like gay energy from those two. Like I like spoilers for Wicked, I guess, but I like Elphaba and Fiyero together. But honestly, Elphaba and Glinda is where it's at. So since seeing Wicked, I'm kind of always just viewing them as a couple now. And so for a neat kind of couple's costume, since we're hosting a party together and all that, we're not that cringe, I swear to God, but I thought it would just be fun that you're doing Glinda and I do the Wicked Witch, and this is my low effort costume because I literally got everything I need for that costume today, and all I needed was green face paint. I'm going to do dress in all black. I'm just going to wear a black shirt and black jeans.
There's a witch hat somewhere.
There's a witch hat somewhere in this house because my mom's go-to costume is a witch.
Even though she stole my witch hat.
My mom is like Ron Swanson. Like Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec is like, my Halloween costume every year is a pirate, and all he does is just wear like a sash basically, and it's just that's his Halloween costume for every single year. Like my mom is like that, where she just wears like a witch hat every single year. So that's what I'm wearing, and then it's just the green face paint, and if there's black lipstick around, then I
have black lipstick.
I'll do my lips black, and that's it. That's the whole thing. It's very simple, low effort, just something to have and be comfortable in while I'm hosting. Especially when I'm hosting the party, I'm gonna have to like
Yeah.
do a lot. I'm gonna have to make sure everybody's comfortable. I'm gonna be running around all the time, and I'm probably gonna have to be the one that
the green makeup.
orders the food and all that. I will sweat off the green makeup. My shirt is gonna be fucked. It's gonna need to go straight into the wash. But that's my like low effort one, and then my high effort one for Halloween night, which I want to go out in and be seen in, because, and this is a big deal for me, because this Halloween falls on a Thursday, and it's kind of a meme at this point, but in the Batman, that's like the monologue is Thursday, October 31st.
It is Thursday, October 31st this year, so...
I thought, what better time to do a Batman costume, finally. I've been toying with this idea for literally years. You guys don't even fucking know. Like, I've been thinking about doing a Batman costume for years, and I told myself since I was like 14, I only want to do this if I can do it right.
That's fair, because you love Batman. Like, he's like
he's
your
my favorite
character.
He's my favorite fictional character.
Ever.
I've been wanting to cosplay him for ages. I want to feel like Batman, and I think I'm at a point, and I think it just aligns perfectly this year with it falling on a Thursday and it being the whole connection to the Batman. I think that there's no better time to finally tackle a Batman costume, and I'm doing first appearance Batman to Detective Comics 27, so I've got most of it put together.
Yeah.
I bought the fabric to do the cape and the cowl today, so I'll get on that. Like I said, my mom's a really great seamstress, so I've learned a lot of sewing techniques from her and stuff, so I'll work on that with her. I bought a grey long sleeve and grey like exercise leggings, basically.
Yeah.
So just for like the undersuit. I'll cut the symbol out of the same black fabric and stitch it to the grey suit. I still need to work on the purple gloves. I found a really nice pair that's supposed to be like really nice and you're able to use your phone with it and everything, but they couldn't be delivered to Ireland because we always get the fucking shit end of the stick. But
they're opening an Amazon warehouse in Ireland, so like eventually we'll have the own Irish store and we won't have to get it ordered from the German Amazon. Because
I'm trying to do this on the cheap as well, so I can't just go and buy like a 50 quid pair of gloves for one night.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Like, I'm trying to find one for like a tenner. Like,
yeah, so we're on a budget. I say as if I didn't spend fucking like €70 for my Glinda costume. That wasn't just the Glinda dress, that was like my dress for Brendan's graduation as well. I promise I'm not like, it was like €40 for the Glinda dress, but that's still pretty. Yeah.
It costs a bit, like, and fabric is not cheap either. If any of you don't do any sewing or anything like that, fabric is not cheap either. So I have all of that. I still need to work on getting a belt, because I think I'm gonna have to get like a really thick belt. Because a really thin belt is just gonna kind of look shit and it's gonna become kind of lost in everything. But I feel like, for Batman you need to have like a really big belt, so I need to get a really like thick big brown belt that's like a fucking 2 inches in width. That's kind of it. I think I have black boots. I wear black boots normally. Because that's just my style. That's what I feel comfortable in. So I already have all that. And of course I have to do the panda eyes. So
he's a panda. You're a panda.
I need to do all that as well. That is my big high effort one, and that one is very important to me because I've wanted to cosplay Batman for so long.
I'm very happy you're finally getting around to doing it though.
Yeah, like definitely won't be the last time I cosplay him. I kind of have this little idea of like, I'm doing first appearance now, and the next time I do a Batman costume, I kind of want to do the 1940s look where the cape and the cowl are blue. Yeah. And then the one after that, it'll be the new look with the yellow oval, and so on and so forth, and you work way all the way up to like the current comic books and all that kind of thing. To Pattinson, yeah. But
yeah. So it's been like half an hour and we haven't even got to the main point.
Well, the topic is just Halloween costumes.
I know. You were worried we'd be struggling, but we're not, I told you.
I rambled for fucking ages there, so why don't you take over now for a bit.
Okay. So, Let's talk. Let's talk the classic costumes. I think like the witch, the cat. Like what other like classic costumes are there from when we were kids?
There's always a pirate.
Yeah, pirate.
There's always a zombie.
Zombie. You don't really see them classic costumes anymore. I find. I feel like it's very rare. Like there's a plethora of vampires. There's like there's pirates. I see a good few pirates, alright.
Pirates are so easy, I think, to do because you pretty much just need like an eye patch and a pirate. All this stuff is sold anyway.
Yeah, it's
in
like
stores
and for cheap. But like I haven't seen like many zombies or like like the cat is kind of an obvious like an easy one. But like I feel like I haven't seen it in a while.
No,
I haven't seen the cat in a while.
I don't know what. I'm gonna sound like I'm fucking 50. I don't know what the kids are doing these days. Like, but by kids I mean I don't know what like 8-year-olds are dressing up as anymore because I don't see them obviously.
Yeah.
And like because my house that I was in,
the old house.
I moved this year, but the house that I was in, we didn't get trick or treaters. Because
you're on like the main street, it was like where all the shops are and shit, so no one's gonna go there. Like
in the town that we are, it's full of like housing estates, so that's where all the kids go because you basically just do the whole housing estate and that's enough.
That's where the money is.
But I lived on Main Street in my town, so we didn't get them because
why
would they come out this far just to do one street with like 5 houses on it when you can just do the biggest estate that has like 50 houses and that's plenty then.
Exactly.
But now I think because the house that I'm in now, it's not in an estate but it's right across from one. So I feel like
we will get them this year.
I feel like some kids will come out, especially kids that live nearer to where this house is, will probably get a good few. So I guess I'll see then what kind of costumes there'll be. But I think it's mostly, I don't know, like, I don't see zombies much anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know, do kids, you'd have the odd few kids that dress up as, like, killers from, like, horror movies. Like, I remember when I was in primary school, I'd see kids, like, younger than me doing Freddy Krueger and some kids that do Ghostface.
Ghostface is, like, a big one. Everyone does Ghostface all the time. I'm glad that's getting a resurgence, though, because, like, I saw a few of them when I was like younger. Like a few people would be quote Scream as we used to call it because we didn't know what the fuck his name was. But yeah,
I think I always heard him called Ghostface.
No, we like maybe it was the town I'm from, but like we just called him Scream. But yeah, there'd be a few, but not many. But like whole like Scream movies coming out recently, it has a bit of a resurgence, and not to mention the implication of couples buying a Ghostface mask. But yeah. Don't look at me like that, it's true.
I know.
We have not, by the way.
I mean, I have the mask,
but we have not.
What's the thing from Gossip Girl? It's like that's one secret I'll never tell. Yeah.
You know you love me. XOXO. Gossip Girl. End of episode. Anyways, but yeah, I don't know what like the younger kids are doing, and even the teenagers. Like I haven't seen like many like zombies or cats or anything, and like the slutty cat, that's usually a big hit, but like not
with 8-year-olds.
No, but like for
16-year-olds.
Yeah, the 16-year-olds and stuff. But like even when we were teenagers, I saw like no cats. Last time I saw a cat was when I was like 12 and my friend went as one. And even then it wasn't even a cat, she just wore black and like drew whiskers on her face. Had ears. That was it, like.
Yeah, like most of ironically enough for you I guess, most of the girls I think when I was a kid just did princesses. I don't think any of them ever did like serial killers or whatever. You'd have princesses, witches.
The classic witch.
Zombies.
Yeah.
I don't know what else there might have been for girls' costumes.
The
odd girl might have dressed as a pirate.
I did a pirate one year. I loved that costume. Did a few people do a ghosts? I feel like some people went as ghosts sometimes.
Ghosts, yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I don't really remember.
And then boys always did like serial killers, superheroes, pirates, zombies.
Yeah.
That's kind of it.
Yeah, that was it. Like, yeah, that was it. But yeah, like, when I was a teenager, fuck, what was everyone going as? I actually cannot remember.
I was a very unpopular teenager, so I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the parties that I went to. Like, what the fuck was everyone going as?
I know the one that's like a major pet peeve for me, but I
on.
I will save that.
But yeah, I actually cannot remember. I remember I went as a doll for like the last like Halloween party I went to before we started hosting our own. That was a good one. Like, my makeup was really cool. I put like all my
I remember
effort.
the first time I saw like the picture of you with that, and I was like, "Fuck, that is actually pretty creepy."
No, oh, you're on about the dummy. I went as a doll. They're very different.
Oh yeah,
The dummy,
I got them mixed up.
the dummy was where my mouth looks open when it wasn't. That's the tutorial I did, by the way. So go watch that if you're, because I put a picture in the video as well, and you could see it in the thumbnail what I look like. But yeah, I went as like a doll, like, you know, like kind of like a porcelain doll, like as well. That was.
I think I have seen that picture as well.
Yeah, like that was a good one. I liked doing that. Like angels and devils, they're everywhere. They're the basic bitch ones. Like don't go as that.
Angels and devils are like the most basic ones. It's like, oh, you wear white or you wear red, and then you
get
just buy
wings.
the shitty headband.
The headband to get the wings, and if you're a devil, maybe put in contact lenses.
Yeah, I feel like now is the time, like, as I mentioned earlier, my rule. You can do a low effort costume, and I have examples to go with this. You can do an extremely like low effort costume, but if you're gonna do that, it has to be hilarious. And the example I have is my friend, like my oldest friend. He's not artsy fartsy like I am.
I think I remember this happening. I was there when this happened.
He's a pure guy's guy. He's like, you know, just a chill bloke. Like, you know, he's my oldest friend, and like I love the guy, but he's definitely not artsy fartsy. So
and that's okay, by the way.
when you know I invited him, it was probably my first Halloween party that I hosted, or it might have been the second one, when he kind of got to know like my other friends.
Yeah.
I was just texting him like, look, yeah, you can come if you want. Everybody's dressing up, but no pressure, because I knew that he wouldn't really want to.
Yeah.
And he said, oh yeah, sure, I'll see about the dress up thing. I'll see if I do anything. And it was the day of the Halloween party, and this guy's always fucking late. So
chronically late.
I wasn't expecting him to be early. Everybody was there. We were all in costume. I think I had my Daredevil costume on, or my Matt Murdock.
It was the first party. Yeah.
You had like your witch costume, I think.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, there was an angel and a devil. There was a couple of guys who were like anime characters and all that shit, but
someone was Gomez Adams. It was a lot of fun.
A wide variety of people. And then I just see out the door a red cape blustering in the wind, fluttering about, a shitty store-bought red cape, and I see my friend walking towards me in the worst Superman costume you could ever see. Like, it was the store-bought fake muscles, like, just printed onto fabric fucking Superman costume. You know the one that you see a 6-year-old wear, like the cheap one
with the muscles in it? Yes.
The padded muscles.
It was that, but for a 19-year-old man.
Yeah, like my friend was like 18, 19, and like obviously you got the adult size one, and it's got the shitty cape that's tied with Velcro, and it's, you know, the one with the zipper up the back. And I see him walking towards me, and the piece de la resistance of this thing was that he drew the Superman curl on his forehead with Sharpie. And I see him walking towards me, I'm like, this is amazing.
I wish someone got it on video. It was so fucking funny. Like, we're actually not doing justice by explaining. It's just, I laugh every time I think of it, and I still bring it up to him to this day.
I wasn't expecting him to do anything. Or at the very least, I thought he'd just like wear like a jacket or something and be like, yeah, it's this thing. Like, it's just this guy from whatever show or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, he fucking went.
He's showed
like,
up.
I'm not putting effort in, but I'm going to not put effort in right.
Exactly.
Just the worst looking Superman costume you could find, and it was amazing.
I think
we all had a laugh.
The entrance made it better because we looked out the door, which was glass, by the way, and we just see the cape blowing in it, and he's walking towards us with the cape blowing to the side. It was like a fucking movie.
I got more hyped for that than I did watching like any of the fucking Zack Snyder Superman movies. Like, just the energy. It was so good.
It was amazing.
So funny.
I still think about that to
It was
this
amazing.
day.
And then last year, what he did was Brad Pitt's character from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which
Low
is
effort, but it looked good.
it's sunglasses and a Hawaiian shirt, and I'm like, perfect.
He had he had the Hawaiian shirt spot on though.
Because he just showed up. He's like, I'm like, who are you supposed to be? He went, I'm Brad Pitt, and I'm like, yeah.
You can do a lot of effort, but if you do it right.
And then I was talking to him like the other week, and I'm like, I don't even know what to expect this time.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I don't even know myself. Like, he's gonna decide on the day what he wants to do.
But he's going to show up though.
It's gonna be so good. Like,
I just can't wait to see the fucking mixed bag we have this time.
So yeah, if you're one of those guys where you're like, I'm not really comfortable dressing up, I'm not really like into making costumes, you gotta do something like that. You gotta do something funny.
Yes, exactly. Like, one of our friends, she went as the guy from Clockwork Orange, like last year or the year before or something.
I can't remember.
Yeah, but like
Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know. But yeah,
that's the actor's name.
Yeah, but like, she looks so funny in the fucking photo. Because there's one photo, it's so cursed, but it's so funny.
Isn't she doing the Kubrick stare?
She's doing the Kubrick stare while being surrounded by like 4 people dressed as Spider-Man. It's such a funny image.
The crossover we were never meant to see.
Oh, it's actually my favourite photo to ever exist. So if you're going to do low effort, do it right.
Clockwork Orange is not low effort though. Like, if you have the top hat and like the jumpsuit and all that shit,
I can't remember what she did, but she did something. Oh my god, B-Real's going off live, taking the B-Real while on pod. Fuck yeah.
I've given up on taking the B-Real, like...
B-Real never dies.
I've given up on doing it on time. I just can't be arsed.
No, I love it.
I just do it whenever there's something interesting happening.
Like, how high is my B-Real streak? I took a B-Real every day on time for... No, just every day for 370 days.
I can see what mine is, actually, because I'm really interested now.
But yeah, if you're going to do low effort, do it right. Like, you know, like, nothing annoys me more than people thinking they're too good for, like, Halloween and dressing up. Like, you're no fun.
Yeah, like, those people are just no fun whatsoever. Like, again, even if you just do something shit, at least it's something.
Exactly. But yeah, that's our anecdotes for, you know, the classic Halloween costumes and just Halloween costumes in general. But here's what I really want to talk about for the, like, last few minutes or whatever. Here are some costumes that I just do not want to see. And I don't know why people need to be told this, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it again, just for the people in the back. Just for the chance that someone is like thinking of doing an offensive costume and is like,
yeah, don't be like Prince Harry.
What?
For those of you who do not know, Prince Harry went to a party dressed as a Nazi when he was a teenager.
Oh boy, I did not know about that. I thought you meant like dressing up as Prince Harry. I was like, wait, what did Prince Harry do?
No, I'm saying don't do what he did.
Yeah, so yeah. Don't do cultural appropriation. I think that goes without saying. Like, don't go as like indigenous people if you're not like of that background or whatever. And even then, it's someone's culture isn't your costume. So, you know, don't do that. Please don't do that.
Don't be an asshole, you know.
Yeah, also... Never thought I'd have to say this. I have yet to see someone do this, but apparently it's very common. Do not do blackface on Halloween.
God. Is that actually common?
Apparently it is. I haven't seen anyone do it. I think it's maybe more in America or something. But do not fucking do it. I don't know why it needs to be said. Don't fucking do it. It's not okay.
Yeah, look, if you want to dress up like... Okay, if you want to do Miles Morales, say, and you're white, I don't have a problem with that at all.
Okay.
Just don't do blackface. Wear the costume. Like, wear the Miles Morales style costume with the black and the red. You might get funny looks. Like, because, you know, they're like those people who think that it's just completely off limits. I don't think it needs to be off limits.
No, just don't do fucking blackface.
Yeah, just don't paint your face to look like him. Just wear the costume and maybe don't take the mask off in public.
No.
But I mean, if you want to do like, I don't know, Jamie Foxx Electro, just do it. You don't need to paint your face like Jamie Foxx. Just wear the costume.
Like, there's just no
or like,
need
I don't know,
for it.
Are there any other like
examples?
Black characters that? Yeah, I'm drawing a blank now.
Yeah, no,
they're out there like.
But yeah, like, there's just no need for it. Like, why would you? Like, I don't understand why people feel the need to think that they, you know, have to do blackface.
It must be just a thing of it's why people want to say the N-word. It's because they can't, and they know that they can't. It's like, when you're a teenager.
Yeah.
And it's the funniest thing in the world when your friend says the N-word, because
I never found that funny. I
didn't either.
I went out of my way to like tell them to shut the fuck up, or I actually smacked them for it.
Yeah, I was not as good a person as you were clearly then when I was a teenager, because I let it slide. I didn't give a fuck, and I did laugh along because I was a stupid teenager, as a lot of us were.
Like, your brain wasn't fully cooked. You didn't realize.
Yeah, and we thought that dark jokes just meant like
edgy humor,
being offensive for the sake of being offensive, when good dark jokes are a lot more nuanced than that. That
just reminds me, like, someone, like, in one of the Halloween parties I went to, they did a costume. It wasn't. I don't want to say it's not too bad because it's not good. Basically, two people, not naming names, I'll tell you after we stop recording, they went as a slave and not a slave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
No one did blackface.
Thank God.
No one did blackface, but the guy who was a slave, he wasn't white, but he consented to this. But no, not good.
Yeah, that's just a weird one. Like,
I just didn't say anything. I was like, I'm not gonna get into this now.
Just dress up as something fun.
Like someone else, like two other people went as Thing 1 and Thing 2. That's fucking great. I love that.
Yeah, be a wizard or something.
It's not that hard. But yeah, don't go as things like that. Also, goes without saying, I think One Direction this year is off fucking limits.
Yeah.
Goes without saying.
Maybe avoid that one. If you're planning on doing it, I'm sorry, but
go as a different boy band, please.
Yeah, it might be considered maybe just if you can just keep the costume, but just don't say you're One Direction. Say you're just a boy band.
Say you're 5 Seconds of Summer. Yeah. Just don't. One Direction's off limits. Don't be something insensitive. Like, some people going as Donald Trump or like Epstein or something, because that's a fucking thing. I don't know why you'd do that, but apparently
don't be Epstein. Donald Trump is kind of funny. I think it's kind of funny because it's clearly making fun of him. Like.
Yeah, but like things like that, like very bad people. Like some people go as Jimmy Savile sometimes.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
It's just it's insane that people have to be told this, but. Like, just take people's feelings into consideration and just be sensitive, because, if it were you, you wouldn't want that to. You wouldn't want those jokes to be made about you.
Yeah, it's like people going as Ted Bundy when the documentary came out. That was not good.
Wasn't it surprisingly popular for Jeffrey Dahmer?
It was that year.
Jeffrey Dahmer was a surprisingly popular Halloween costume. Like, I would even consider...
Oh, I said Ted Bundy. I meant Dahmer. Sorry.
Oh, you weren't talking about Ted Bundy at all?
No, I meant Dahmer, but I said Ted Bundy. I get them confused. My bad. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, like, don't... Be a fictional fucking murderer. There's tons of
Ghostface. Literally. Freddy Krueger, Ghostface, Michael Myers, Chucky.
A hot topic this Halloween, I'd say. Art the Clown.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably going to be the ish costume this year.
For horror fans, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's so simple.
Yeah, that's a simple PSA. Just don't be something offensive this year. I know most of you are probably lovely people, but just the off chance someone was considering something, don't do it. This is your sign to not fucking do it, okay?
It's always the way, isn't it? It's always one. Like, it's never like a group. Well, it's sometimes a group, but it's almost always just that one guy who wants to do it because he knows it makes people uncomfortable.
Exactly. So, you know what? Don't do it. So, that aside, what do you think will be the it costume this year? Well,
I mentioned Art the Clown. Yeah. I think that will be a shockingly popular one.
Yeah.
One, it's really simple. It's a black and white clown costume. Even if you don't want to buy the clown costume, wear black and white.
And like people will know.
And it's 2 colors of face paint.
Yeah.
Like that's all it is. It's incredibly simple. Yeah, that's definitely an it costume. One that I'm already seeing, Deadpool. A lot of people are doing Deadpool. I
was about to ask, like, do you think Deadpool will be a big costume this year, or will it be like Barbie and no one will do it because I think everyone else is going to do it? Because I found no Barbies last year. I was actually so surprised. Like, I would have went to Barbie as Barbie if I knew no one else was going as Barbie. That's the whole reason why I didn't go as Barbie, is because I thought everyone else was going to be Barbie. So that disappointed me. Might go as Barbie next year.
Yeah, I think. Shit, I had
You
one
had
in
a
my
thought.
head. I have one in my head, but I'm after
Deadpool, come on.
Deadpool. Yeah, I think for kids. I don't think for adults.
Oh, not for teenagers and like
But I
adults,
think-
because everyone would.
I think it's a popular kids costume. Like we walked into our local Halloween shop. The first time we walked into it, just straight away, first costume you see is Deadpool.
Yeah.
Before you see like all the other ones. So yeah, Deadpool is definitely going to be a popular one with children, which is weird.
I never understand that, but you know
Because
what?
like considering the character, but like it's a superhero. And
It's a
they don't
superhero.
really give a fuck.
It's the superhero this year.
Like
so
again,
you know
I've
what?
seen 6-year-olds be Freddy Krueger.
Exactly. You know
Way
what?
worse implications there.
Yeah. Also, I saw like a kid, like I think this was 2 years ago. We were on the bus to college, and like it was like the last day of school before Halloween, which is like in Ireland, kids are allowed to dress up as whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, they get to come. That the whole thing in Halloween is with every primary school I've seen anyway. Kids can dress up for the
last
school-
day
the
before
school
Halloween.
day. Yeah,
I wish they still did that in secondary school. That would be so much fun.
people would get bullied. People would get bullied. Absolute hell.
Ugh, whatever. Anyways, I saw a kid dressed up as Slender Man. It was so cool. I was like, fuck yeah, kid, you go.
That was so popular when that was a fad.
Yeah.
Slenderman was really popular.
That was a good one, alright. But yeah. I don't know what else would be the ish costume this year. It's hard to say.
It's hard to say. Like Pennywise was a really popular one when that movie came
2017. That was a big one that year.
out. Fuck yeah, I don't know, to be honest.
It's hard to say because like
it is hard to say.
I feel like I had more in my head, but I'm after forgetting now because it's been a while.
I think it's weird because a lot of people just base them off of like whatever the big movie was this year.
Yeah, like Harley Quinn was huge in 2016. Remember that?
Harley Quinn was massive. It was
everywhere.
Hated it, but
I still kind of hate it. I'm like, oh, like I'm still finding 2016 Suicide Squad Harley Quinn costumes in costume shops. I'm like, why? Like we found the better one from like the Suicide Squad, like the newer one. That one was
pretty cool. Actually,
that was a good one. I like that one. But like, why are we still dressing up as 2016 Harley? Like even go as Birds of Prey Harley. I don't care, but like, why that one? But yeah,
it's hard. Yeah, it is hard to say though because there hasn't really been a big pop culture movie. Deadpool was kind of one, but I don't think there's really been much else.
that's why I'm going as Glinda ahead of time.
Yeah, you see, I don't think Wicked will be a popular one this year because the movie hasn't come out yet.
It'll be next year. That's why I was like, I'll be Glinda because the movie isn't out yet.
Yeah.
So I'll be ahead of the crowd. At least I hope.
But then again, like Barbie was the biggest movie of the year last year,
And there was nothing.
Nobody did it, so who knows?
I feel like it was the fear that everyone was gonna be.
Maybe, yeah.
Like they're still selling like those Barbie costumes and the Ken like cowboy costumes in the Halloween shops as well. So like, you know, still have your chance there.
Oh, excuse me.
But yeah, I'm not too sure what it's gonna be this year. I think Terrifier definitely.
Yeah, there'll be a couple of Art the Clowns rocking about.
There's always ghost faces around, so
Ghostface is always around. You'll probably catch one Michael Myers.
I haven't seen one.
Yeah, there's usually one.
I just remembered that someone in our friend's college, like I can't remember, was it Halloween or was it like the couple days before Halloween? Someone dressed up in one of those inflatable dinosaur costumes and went to college and sat in lectures in that costume.
The funniest video from that day was, it's like the hallway and it's a break between lectures and there's a crowd, like a sea of people all trying to get to the next lecture, and then just the dinosaur head poking out the top, flopping from side to side as this just dickhead in a dinosaur costume is trying to like burst his way through the whole crowd. You just see the head just going from side to side, like.
Fair fucks to that guy. The poor dude probably has had his tail stepped on so many times.
I still remember seeing a picture because for some reason this guy did not decide to sit at the back of the class.
He sat in the middle.
So I saw a picture from a guy who was just like, bro, I can't fucking see, the dinosaur's in front of me. The dinosaur sat in front of me.
No, I think seeing our friend's story who was sitting just to the left and behind him was so funny because they were learning about like engineering and bro was just in the dinosaur costume.
But the thing is, you can barely see who's in that costume.
So
it just looks like a dinosaur is in a lecture. Just like fucking yeah. It's been millions of years and I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to catch up.
I'm ready to do engineering.
Ready to catch up on what's been happening the last 60 million years.
Oh my god, I hope there's something like that again. I beg. It's so good. But yeah, I think that's it for me. Like, do you have anything else you want to say?
Well, one that I hate, and I don't think it's much of a thing anymore, but what I hated when I was a teenager was the girls who would, all their costume would just be is like somewhat heavy makeup and one contact lens that made their eye look red.
Or like make your eye look weird or something.
I only hated it because that was the most popular one.
Yeah, it's like, come on, at least like be a vampire. At least like smear like makeup all over your face, like red or something. That's what I did.
Do something else. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I think I really appreciate like individuality and creativity, and I detest it when I just see everybody just follow the fucking leader and just do whatever's trendy. It's why I hated the Harley Quinn ones as well. Not like, for one thing, because it's a horrible costume anyway. It fucking sucks. It's from like it's the most over sexualized that Harley Quinn has ever been, and I hate that that's the one that got popular. But I also hated the fact that it was so popular that everybody wanted to dress up as that version, because it's just, I don't know, they're not in it because they care about it. Like, they're in it just because that's the popular costume and because it's sexy. It's like the old Mean Girls thing of
no. Halloween is the one night a year where a girl can dress like a total slut and no other girls can say anything about it.
It's that. Like, I don't know. I know that, like, I'll probably catch a lot of flack for saying that, but
who cares?
I don't care. Like, if you want to be sexy, be sexy. I appreciate that a lot, and I've seen a lot of like sexy Halloween costumes that are awesome.
Yeah.
I even kind of like the traditional like sexy cop and sexy nurse and all that. I think that's, funny by today's standards.
Yeah.
But don't just follow the fucking leader and just do what everyone else is doing.
Thoughts on like, the sexy nun or the sexy priest? Because like some people, I'm seeing a lot of things like people saying it's distasteful and offensive to like the Catholic Church or whatever.
There have been way more distasteful depictions. No, honestly, I wholeheartedly believe that no subject matter is off limits when it comes to art, and I believe costuming as a form of art and a form of expression. So I don't have any problem.
So basically, don't do anything offensive like blackface or Hitler or Nazi or anything like that, and Brendan's okay with it.
Like, I say no subject is off limits, and that is true, but you need to have some fucking cop on and some sensitivity.
You need to know where the line is.
Like, if you want to do that, that's your choice. But I'm just saying, you're a prick if you do it.
You're going to get a lot of backlash. Like, honestly.
But it's not even about that. It's just you're a prick if you do it.
Yeah. Honestly, if I was friends with someone that they dressed up as a Nazi, it's like, okay, you're not my friend anymore. I'm not talking to you again.
And like, I wouldn't even blame anyone for, like, if, you take offense. Say you're a deeply religious person and you take offense to people dressing up as nuns and priests. I don't blame you for getting offended by that, because it is, it is sort of a mockery of your belief system, and that's not nice either. But at the same time, I feel like there's bigger problems than that. Like,
yeah, definitely.
There's more important things, and it's just people having fun at the end of the day. Like, you can still hold your beliefs. It's not going to, like, it's different to, I think, doing something like blackface, where it is such a touchy subject and it is so horrible.
It is
to see.
Truly horrible. Like, honestly, if I caught anyone doing blackface, they're actually getting punched in the face.
Yeah, it's just not nice. It is hard to kind of define, because you're allowed to feel offended as well. Like, if somebody, like, I feel offended by the Harley Quinn costumes, but at the same time I know that it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, it's not that deep.
Like, I don't actually care. It pisses me off, but also it was like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't really
Fuck, that was 8 years ago. What the fuck?
So when it's brought up, I'll talk about how I was annoyed by it, but at the same time, I am over it. Like, I don't care.
We're over it. It's just like, really, at least, like, if you're going to go as Harley Quinn, at least go as an updated version, not that one.
So I feel like, you should probably have the same attitude when people do like a sexy nun, because people are just doing it to have fun. Like, it's not doing it to piss you off.
Oh, no.
But when people do blackface, it's obvious that they're doing it to piss off people who will get offended by it.
Like, I'm not joking, I'd actually punch someone in the face if I saw that. Or at least I'd give out and be like, what the fuck is your problem?
I don't know what I'd punch them outright.
Okay, I wouldn't like if they like
I would.
If they like if I said something like, what the fuck is your problem, they like pushed me or something, like, okay, free for all, let's go.
Yeah, I'd probably just go like, you're a dick, and then if he wants to pick a fight, then that's his fucking prerogative.
Yeah.
Like,
but yeah, don't do that, is what we're saying.
Yeah, that was it's so hard to talk about this because you have to cover so much. You have to mention so much, and you have to say, I'm saying this, and that doesn't mean I'm saying this, and all that. But yeah, when it comes to like sexy nun, sexy priest, you have to admit there is a bit of a difference there.
Yeah, it's like no way the same level as blackface or like whatever.
It's
no
not
way.
Because the intent behind, no one's dressing up as a priest or a nun to piss off Catholics or anything like that. And I was raised Catholic, and it doesn't bother me.
So was I. Am I Catholic anymore? No, but like, whatever.
It's it's just people having fun, and you have to admit there's an association there.
Yeah, like from what I've seen on this argument online, someone being like, why does this matter? Like, the Catholic Church has done way worse things to people. I don't see why like us dressing up in this manner is like, the end of the world, when they did horrible, horrible things that I do not want to get into right now. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just people having fun at the end of the day, and you can't really say that you're doing blackface or whatever just to have fun, because that's not true.
That's not fucking true, and everyone knows that. Stop lying.
Again, it's very easy to just, like, there's very few costumes of like black people and colored people. Like, there's very few of those costumes that you can't do when you just don't paint your face brown. Like Miles Morales, you can do a Miles Morales costume, just don't paint your face brown, because that's just not on. Like, it's just you're deliberately mocking these people. And if you want to do, like, I don't know, if you want to do something like a soul singer or something like that, like, soul music, like one of those kind of guys, again, you just wear the clothes.
It's not that hard. It's truly not that hard.
And then obviously, like, don't dress up as an Indian, because like, or
Native American.
My apologies, but yeah, don't do that either. Like, especially don't paint your face, but also don't do the feathered hat thing.
Don't do the headdress, because that's very offensive.
Yeah, you're just, again, you're deliberately mocking their belief system,
like,
and their culture.
I'm not educated much on Native Americans. I don't know much,
Neither
but
do
I know not to dress up as their culture. It, like, their culture is not your costume.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I think it is something that is important to talk about, but we are not qualified to express why this is the way it is. Like, I just don't want to make anybody upset.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to have fun on Halloween, dress up as in my silly little pink dress with my silly little crown, silly little wand, just have a good night. Yeah,
like, it's up to the people that are being offended by this to decide what the line is. It's not up to us.
No. But yeah.
That was a lot.
Yeah, that's all I have to say. Do you want to end this on a positive note?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, you go on anyway. I have a couple of thoughts, but you can go ahead.
But yeah, just don't be a dick this Halloween. Have fun. Watch my video if you're stuck for Halloween makeup. Like, I'm not joking. All you need is a bit of face paint and maybe a bit of lipstick and eyeliner. If you have a girlfriend, just raid her makeup drawer. I'm sure she won't mind. But yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to film my get ready with me's for these costumes. I'll be posting that on my, YouTube shorts, my channel. Can't wait for that. It's been ages since I've done a get ready with me, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, I'll probably post on my Instagram what my costumes look like, and I'll see. I've been wanting to do YouTube shorts for almost a year now, and I've just never really gotten around to it. So
it's really not that hard.
Maybe Halloween is a good excuse to get on that train and see where it takes me. In terms of other Halloween costumes, you can't go wrong with the classics, zombies, or do you know one that we never see that I wish we would? Just ghost, just a sheet with a
I love those ghost photo shoots that you see around the internet. I really want to do that.
Cut out eye holes and a mouth hole and just enjoy. Like,
fuck yeah.
That's what she said.
No.
But yeah, like, do the classics. And, if you do a store-bought costume, then good on. Like,
That's fine too.
That's good too. Like, again, or do something like my friend did, which is just unexpectedly show up as in a hilarious costume or as a hilarious character, where like deliberately the shittiest costume you can find or something like that.
Hell yeah.
Because that can be very, very funny.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I did have one more thought. I cannot remember it for the life of me. This is so annoying. I hate when this happens. Oh yeah, just I think one final note. I have a video coming out about this on Halloween. It will be uploaded on Halloween. But just as a reminder, and I kind of want to mention this every Halloween from now on, but I just want to mention a tribute to Jack Pierce, because if you go in and go for a Dracula costume or a Frankenstein costume or a mummy costume or a werewolf costume, any of those classic monster costumes, it's Jack Pierce's designs. They were all designed by him for the classic films that those costumes were based off of, and he rarely gets credit for creating those looks with his talent, his insane amount of talent in makeup. So yeah, just out of respect for Jack Pierce, I just wanted to mention him.
Fuck yeah, his work
he
really.
He is an absolute genius and a perfectionist, and you would not have those iconic costumes that you see every Halloween without him.
But yeah, hell yeah. So yeah, I think that's enough for today. This was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I love talking about costumes. I'm sorry if I maybe took over this, because I'm very passionate when it comes to costumes.
It's okay. I said all the things I needed to say. So yeah, I think that's it for today. Can't wait for next week. This was fun. Hope you guys are now inspired to not be a dick this Halloween and pick, your costumes mindfully.
Just do something fun.
Also, let us know what you guys are going as this year. If you're going to any parties and what you're going as, I'd love to hear what people are going as. What's popular right now.
I really want to know some interesting ideas, because I love hearing what people come up with, because some people have some really creative ones.
Exactly.
I'm just like looking into the distance, and I just thought of a cool one that doesn't get done very often.
What?
Maybe do Carrie.
Oh my god, yeah.
If you're a girl or a guy, it doesn't really matter.
Gender bend.
Maybe go as Carrie this year, because all it takes is a dress that you don't mind getting ruined, and
a lot of fake blood,
and just pour yourself in fake blood,
and that's it.
So very easy.
Yeah, exactly. So this is fun. I think we're done. My voice is getting tired.
I'm getting tired.
This has been Kiki Nova.
This has been Mister Kino.
We will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Slongapole. Yup.